At the end of September, the Kentucky experienced the remnants of Hurricane Helene, resulting in approximately 1,600 downed power lines across the Commonwealth.
Well, now as Kentucky enjoys these clear skies, Kentucky Utilities is dispatching line technicians to Florida to assist as the region prepares for yet another hurricane. New at 6, WKYT's Alexa Minton has the details.
When you have a hurricane sweep through, you're going to have thousands of down lines and broken poles.
On October 8th, roughly 160 personnel from Kentucky Utilities left for Florida as the state braces for Hurricane Milton.
When there is a major storm system, we're glad to be able to help.
Utility companies in Florida are preparing for high volumes of power outages as high winds, flooding, and storm surge from the hurricane will cause issues to the power grid.
It is very important. I mean, you know how significant energy is for us. You know, we need electricity. And so the folks down there are going to need power, and it is critical to get that back up as safely and as quickly as possible.
Workers will prioritize by first fixing transmission lines and repairing substations like what's behind me. But with any sort of wind damage, another concern is individual downed power lines and poles.
Those poles have to be put back into the ground, and those lines have to be restrung. And so that is a lot of work, and it takes a long time. And so the more personnel you have, the better.
Kentucky Utilities shared that at the end of September, as Kentucky experienced extensive outages from Hurricane Helene, 400 line technicians from other states came to the Bluegrass to help. So now it's our turn to help our friends down south.
Because the forecast is clear here, we're able to send folks to help. Our crews are trained. I mean, they've responded to a number of situations where you've had bad hurricanes and bad weather move through. You know, we want to be able to help them.
For WKYT, I'm First Alert meteorologist Alexa Minton.
Kentucky Utilities said its workers are staging north of the impact zone and are ready to assist as that storm pushes through.